So it occurred to me the other day that maybe some of you are following along with a yoga trapeze rather than a silk. So I wanted to make sure I had a class for you, one that does incorporate the handles of our trapeze. This is an all levels practice. If you do enjoy this and you want a couple more classes like it, I'll happily make more for you. Just let me know in the comments and we'll even give it its own special playlist. Hang your hammock at the height of your hip flexors and let's enjoy our practice. We're gonna get started standing right in front of our swing. Feet are right underneath your hips. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bring it into heart center. Letting the thumb knuckles rest on the sternum. Close your eyes. Take a breath in and gently sigh it out. Try to use this practice as a little escape from the world. Taking time to find the breath and feel the body. Take another breath in. Exhale, sigh out any tension. Inhale the arms up. And reach back. I want you to find the handles on top. Just like you would a cow pose, I want you to focus on extending the tailbone upwards and dropping the belly downwards. Actively press into your handles. You have a nice open heart. Lengthen the back of your neck. Just gently look from side to side. Try to rotate your palms to face each other and then rotate them out so your hands are facing away and try to sink your chest a bit more. So it's a rotation. Hands are going to face in and together and then rotate them out. Feel the shoulder blades squeezing together. Move your own range. This is quite intense. Together and out. One more breath. Roll your way up, releasing those hands. Inhale those arms up. Exhale through center. And you're gonna find your way to your second handles. Press away, tailbone lifts towards the ceiling as you come forward. And I want you to try to pedal your legs back and forth. One leg is straight, the other leg bends. Straighten both legs. Hold on to just the left handle and release the right hand. Let your left elbow bend and just swing to the left side. You're gonna feel this in your tricep and potentially your trap if you look to the right. Just let that right arm hang and dangle. Roll your way up to center, collecting both of those middle handles. Come forward, tailbone lifts, little pedal of those legs. Straighten the legs. Release the left. Hold on with just the right. Now you will swing right. Right elbow bends and just hang here. Look to the left, get into the trap. Release both hands as you roll up to center. And now we come across. I'm going to take my right hand to middle left handle and come into a little lunge. My goal here is to let my body weight sink and feel a stretch down the outer portion of that shoulder. And play with your angles here. It might feel a little bit deeper from one angle to another. I like to rotate away from the swing. And release. Left crosses over, coming into your lunge. And again, we're just exploring here. I'm gonna rotate away from the swing, really get into that outer shoulder. My forget how nice these handles are. One more breath. And slowly come up. Inhale your arms overhead and come up and through our fabric. You want to catch the back of the shoulders, bend the knees, and come back into what feels like a little plank position. Draw the navel in, squeeze the glutes. Hands can come behind the head and arch over your fabric. Little side bends. Inhale, center, arch over. Release the hands, bend the knees, and float from center. Come out, arms are like an airplane, and extend forward just like that plank position. Navel draws in, tailbone extends downward. Bend the knees, and come through. This time, try extending your arms overhead, long reach, breathe in. Exhale, float through, arms forward. Back to center, and roll your way up. Reaching for your top handles. Come up onto those tippy toes so our heels are lifted, bend the knees, and push back, find that same plank-like position. Navel's drawn in, tailbone extends downward. Same action as we did, bend the knees and come forward. Try not to dump into your back. Think of plank position, draw the navel in. Try floating through, knees bent, and float back. Float forward. You should feel a stretch in your chest as you're here. Actively push into your handles and come to neutral. I'm right underneath my plumb line. My elbows are bent. Send your body weight to the left. The left elbow remains bent. The right arm extends. Side body stretch. Bend both elbows. You'll shift through center. Right bends, left straightens. Try that again. All right, so I'm just gonna shift. I'm sliding through a pane of glass for this. Center and slide. Find your way back up. Give it a little roll of those wrists. Now we're gonna try to sync all 4 of those movements together for a little around the world action. Come up onto those toes, heels are lifted. Hinge back. Hinge to one side, forward, side, and back. Heels are lifted. Use your upper body strength to help pull you around. And then as you come back, I want you to pause and reverse. Grip strength will get better, so if you're feeling a little burning in those hands, it does get better. You just have to get used to it. Coming back. And arms come overhead. Take that fabric up and overhead, so it's right in front of you. Climb up onto those toes and fold in half, coming into your downward facing dog shape. Shake the head yes or no. I want you to completely relax your hands, so no gripping of the ground. Maybe ragdoll the arms, maybe cross the ankles. I just want you to hang for a moment. Try to feel your spine lengthening. Just gently tone the core by pulling the navel back. Make sure you're present here with me for a short practice together. Hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Push through the heels. Actively push the ground away with your hands. Straddling the legs, go wide. And maybe walk those hands a little further back. Just focus on stretching from every direction of your body. And slow release, walk your hands underneath. Feet to the floor, walk yourself up and out. Fabric will come up and over, finding the middle stirrups. Step your right foot forward. the left foot back. Extend your tailbone upwards, drop your belly towards the right thigh, and open up the chest. Let your heart extend and reach forward. Playing with some opening of the shoulders, I'm going to let my arms extend out to the sides. There's an active press downward with my hands. And then keep that action as you begin to reach your arms forward, just exploring the stretch. Again, out to the sides. And you can always keep the knee up if you have any sensitivities there. I'm going to climb down onto that knee, coming into a forward lunge. Drop the left hip, keep the heart lifted. Open the chest. Take both handles and try to pull them to the right. Go a little bit deeper into that left side. Back to center, pushing back, hamstring stretch. Arms extend out to the side. Curl that back toe under, lift into that high lunge, step those feet together. Switching sides, left foot steps forward and extend the heart. Try to lift that tailbone and drop your belly to the thigh. Arms extend out to the side, work on that chest. And again, arms forward and out to the sides. Lift onto that back heel. Right knee down. Try to drop the right hip. Keep the heart lifted. Both hands are going to try to hinge ever so slightly to the left to deepen. Nice and slow, come back to center. Pressing back, toes towards your face. Bring those arms out to the sides. Rocking forward. Pull down on those handles. Tuck the back toe. Left meets right. Roll those wrists. And you'll want to bring that fabric up and over. We'll give those hands a little break. I want you to just extend out that fabric. Climb into a seat. You want to slide that fabric up to about the back of your knee creases. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale the arms overhead. And then twist to the right. Maybe look over your right shoulder. Try to keep the length through your side body. You should feel like you're working core here. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Try to look over that left shoulder. Breathe. Again, inhale up. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Bring it back to center. Arms are going to reach behind as they come down. Fold forward, catch the elbows in the fabric, and just hang for a moment. Close your eyes, let any tension wash out of your hands and fingers. Roll your way up. Hands will come to the inside, and then find your way to the floor. Swing comes up and over. And I want you to hook the back of that right knee into your swing. Stand up nice and tall. Maybe grab your top handles for this. Lift up onto that left toe, heels up, and then hinge forward into that lunge. Heart to the ceiling. Option to release, you want to hold on to the strap with both hands to the right. Squeeze the pelvis forward, engage your glutes. Deepen in by trying to reach your right arm behind you. Pull back to center. Kick down to the ankle. Right foot is flexed, nice and tall. Middle or top handles. Foot is flexed, extend forward with your body weight, and then pull it back. Just take a little flossing here, extend forward. Chest is nice and lifted, and back. Last time for the hold, extend forward. Lengthen the back of the neck as you look down, keep a nice active flex foot. Hips should feel as if they're square to that front end of the mat. One more breath. Exhale, pull your way up. And you'll make a pivot. I'm gonna hold on to my left handle with my right hand. Pivot that grounded foot. Inner thighs, stretch open. And then squeeze together. Again, slide forward. I'm holding on with that right hand to help support the pose. And up. Last time, extend and hold. Foot is flexed. And up. You'll make a pivot. The knee is gonna point to the ground. You may wanna grab onto fabric or handles so that you can pop and find underneath your plumb line. Focus on squeezing the glutes. All right, pelvis presses forward, knee points to the ground, opening up through the quad. I'm gonna find my way to the top handles. If you feel like you're ready for more, begin to sink your body weight back and press into the fabric. Keep your chest lifted. Navel's drawn in. Try to keep your hips nice and square to that short end. And then roll up. You can take this a little bit deeper. I'm gonna use my upper body strength to hold my handles and release the foot. Continue to push into the fabric with your back foot. Foot to the floor. Push back one more time. Really try to kick that fabric away. Come back underneath your plumb line, point that toe to release the foot, and we'll spin to the other side. Relax those shoulders, stand tall. Left knee, up and through. Take your releve, lift that right heel, come forward. I'm gonna transfer both hands to the left handle. See how that feels? Keep pressing the pelvis forward, engaging the glutes. Option to deepen by adding rotation. Left arm is gonna reach behind you. Squeeze and engage that right thigh. Another breath. And release, come up and back. Kick through. Find that ankle, nice flex foot. Getting ready for that hinge forward. We've got a little floss in front of us. So hinge forward to the best of your ability, keeping those hips square, and then pull it back. Maybe you notice one side is tighter than the other. This just so happens to be my tighter side. We've always got lots of imbalances in our body, so it's important we start picking up on them, and then we can start working on them, creating more symmetry. Pause and hold. Keep that heart lifted, actively push downward with your ankle into your fabric. One more breath. And pull back. Getting ready for that transition. I'm gonna go left hand to the right handle. Pivot. Should feel almost like a little triangle. Hinge into your wide angle position. Inner thighs squeeze and pull you back. Extend forward. And back. Let's do one more. Reaching forward. One more breath. And release that stretch. Remember, it's a rotation. The knee is going to point to the floor. I suggest grabbing fabric or handles to pop underneath your plumb line. Foot is flexed. Squeeze the pelvis forward. Knee should be pointing towards the ground. Begin that opening of the quad. If the body's ready, that's when you send your body weight back. Keep the chest lifted. I'm actively pushing back with that foot in the sling. Coming up and going back in. Option for the float. This is a lot of upper body, so I'm going to float. Keep pressing into that fabric regardless of where you are. Foot to the floor, push back. One more breath. Bend and release. Foot slides through. And we'll take that same pivot to face forward. Come up onto those toes. Let's take that same position of downward dog, hinging forward, shaking the head, and finding a little bit of release through that backside. Flex the feet, draw the navel in, push the ground away, shake that head yes or no. See your backside getting longer. Soften into a hang, relaxing the fingers as they release the floor, maybe ragdoll the arms, crossing the ankles. Hands to the floor, lift your gaze and walk up and forward. Bring that sling up and over. We're going to find our way back into a seat. So widening the fabric. And slide yourself back in. From here, we're going to work on a deeper stretch for those hamstrings. Now this is personal preference, but I actually like to slide the little bar out of the way so I can catch my heel on the fabric. So once you're ready, you'll slide both legs into the longest handle. Sit up nice and tall and fold forward. I want you to keep a flexed foot and find your end range, letting the upper body relax. There can be bends in your knees here. This is quite an intense stretch, even if the legs aren't exactly straight. Just try to get nice and heavy as you exhale. And what I want you to try to do here is a little flossing technique. So from your fold, I'm still in that sense of lengthening my backside. I'm going to try to slide my hips back and forth. So I'm going to take my right hip, push it back, and try to slide my left hip forward. So my feet are probably an inch or two apart, lengthwise. And then I'm going to switch. So I'm going to go one forward, one back, one forward, one back. And I want you to do this a couple times and notice how it changes the pose. It may intensify in the outer hip. And then when you feel like you've had enough, I want you to come back into your fold. See if you can go a little deeper. Relax the head totally. Coming up nice and tall. Now I want you to make sure that as we come into our rotation, your feet are exactly in alignment. So don't let one foot come in front of the other. Inhale the arms up and rotate to the right. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, look over the right shoulder. Inhale up, exhale, twist. Remember, we want those feet to be perfectly even. Rise up with those hands, arms are going to come behind. I want you to find your middle handles, taking this into a back bend. Nice and slow, roll back. And begin to slowly control the descent as you fold down and over. Set your shoulders, relax your head. You might need a little shake, yes or no there. Make sure you're breathing. Give it another breath. Exiting your pose, we'll want to bend the elbows first and then let the heart lift. The head is the last to come up, never straining the neck. Sit up nice and tall, take a moment, releasing those handles, and come back into your fold. Try to go a little bit deeper. Roll your way up. And just begin to kick off those stirrups. Sit up nice and tall, getting ready for your inversion. From here, arms are going to come up and back. They're behind the fabric. And begin to lower your way down. Now you can hold on to the fabric or you can grab the middle handles to help you. As you slide onto your back, I want you to widen your legs. You're going to catch the fabric in front, right? So your feet are going to touch in front. Now, if you feel comfortable and you've been here before, you can release your handles. Try to draw the abdominals in so we're not just hanging in our joints or popping through the rib cage. Option to release your arms, backs of the hands to the floor. Make sure there's no strain in the neck. You could shake your head yes or no. And some people do like to interlace their hands from behind and open up. At any point that you need to come up, I'm just going to suggest you come up really slowly. I never like to leave you upside down for too long. To exit our pose, you can reach up. Let's find the middle straps. I'm just going to lift my head, find the middle straps with my hands, and just slowly begin to unwrap the legs. Use your arms to help you to slowly sit up nice and tall. Take your time. Let your elbows catch the fabric as you come into a little hinge forward. Just let all your body weight sink. Roll your way up to a seat. Inhale those arms up. Bring those arms to the inside. And one hand at a time, I'm just going to take the thumb of one hand to the back of the opposite and just gently begin to stretch out through each finger. Relax your shoulder, straighten the arm. And each finger maybe gets a couple seconds. Especially with a practice like this, I even notice this more in my trapeze than in my silk, all the gripping that we might do on our handles. And to take the time to really open back up towards the end of our practice. Now once you get to that thumb, I'm going to put my thumb to the base of the thumb and extend out, fingers towards the floor. Try to draw the thumb towards the forearm, fingers nice and wide. And second side, thumb right to the base of the finger, just gently pull back, relax your shoulder. I constantly need to work on releasing some of the tendons in my forearm, or else I'll very quickly get a sensation like golfer's elbow if I do too much in my hammock or my trapeze without addressing it. Nice and slow on the extension. Thumb to the base of the thumb, right? Pull the thumb towards the forearm, fingers towards the ground. All right, interlace those fingers, press them away from you, relax your shoulders down your back. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, release. And then one more time, bring those hands through, you'll interlace. Change so that you feel awkward and press away. Shoulders relax down your back. Arms up and release. You should be nice and comfortable in your seat. I want you to reach up for the top handle with your right hand. Lean back and let your left shoulder hang. Just focus on tractioning the shoulder here. So I'm just gonna let gravity do all the work. And just like you're churning a pot, I want you to make a nice circle. Try reversing that direction. This should feel relatively good and relaxing. Arm stops all on its own. And just try a rotation as if you're almost trying to turn and open a doorknob on the floor. Let it go. And pull yourself up. Left arm is going to reach across your body, finding that top handle. Hinge back. Totally relax your head. Make a circle. Just traction that arm right out of the shoulder joint. Reverse. And then do that little corkscrew as if we're trying to open that doorknob with the hand. And then let it go. Pull up with that arm to reach you back up into your seat. We're going to take a little straddle position. Pick a side, you're going to push the fabric away and guide one leg up and through. You want to find the middle of your fabric. Once we're in our straddle position, you're going to take one foot at a time and place it on the inside of your swing. So the pinky side edge of my feet is coming against the middle of the fabric, bringing me into what looks like a little bound angle pose or Baddha Konasana. Relax the shoulders, sit tall. Hands are going to come to the inner thighs, and I want you to actively push your thighs away, even draw the navel back here. And then relax. Grab in front of you. I want you to pull yourself into a tighter little stretch here. My feet are sliding closer to my body. And then again, lean back. Hands are going to come to those inner thighs or knees and push away. Draw the navel in. And forward, holding onto that hammock. Pull forward. And relax. Let your hands rest on your knees or thighs. Close your eyes. Feel completely held and supported in your pose. And feel that sense of abundance in your palms. Picking a body scan, notice how you feel after our work together. Bring the hands to heart center with a humble bow forward. Acknowledge the time and the effort it takes to show up here behind your screen. I am humbled and grateful to be here working with you. Namaste. Like I said, I'm happy to create more content like this. If we do have trapeze users as part of our family, I will link the trapeze that I'm using in the link below. Make sure you check out all the content on the channel, in our hammocks, and in our silks, and on the yoga mat. Hopefully I will work with you and see you again soon.